In this video, I'm going to discuss why leadership development is so important in the workplace. Hi, I'm Jenny Vasquez-Newsom, a leadership facilitator amplifying the expertise of leaders of color and the CEO of Untapped Leaders. This is my YouTube series, Untapped Leadership, where I discuss leadership within the niche of uncovering what is often overlooked from the perspective of racially marginalized leaders. If you like this topic, please hit the subscribe button. And let's get into today's conversation. So why is leadership development so important in the workplace? First, we want to define what leadership development is and what it actually entails. And what I'd say is that it is the process of improving the skills, knowledge, and abilities of leaders in order to enhance their effectiveness and their performance, as well as the performance of the organization. And it's crucial in this day and age, is in such fast-paced business environment, that we do this work. So the first reason why leadership development is important is that it helps to improve the overall performance of the organization, as I mentioned. Effective leaders are able to inspire and motivate their teams, set clear goals and objectives, and create a positive and productive workplace culture and environment. It leads to improved employee engagement, improved satisfaction, increased productivity, and better financial results for the organization as a whole. The bottom line is impacted. And effective leaders that have developed have, really created spaces where those that arrive to work are energized by their leadership and their abilities to lead teams. And that type of work doesn't happen overnight. It requires development over time. Another reason why leadership development is so important is that it develops the future leaders of organizations. You can identify high potential employees that are getting ready for leadership roles and ensure a smooth transition as leaders retire or move on to other opportunities. And that ensures the long-term success of organizations. Now, I do have to double back here and explore how you define high potential employees. If you are in a position that supports the leadership of development of others earlier in their careers, or maybe a few levels below in the organizational hierarchy, remaining conscious of how you're identifying those that are high potential and just making sure that you're not just seeing yourself in others or identifying those that communicate similarly to you or you identify with. You really want to think broadly when you're thinking about access to professional development and leadership development. You don't want to start filtering out individuals from accessing these opportunities, because that's when we start to filter out untapped talent, when those might just be folks that are leading differently. And so often think about an example of this in my earliest career years. I worked at an organization in New York that really embedded leadership development at all levels within the structures and the bones of the organization. One of the practices that the organization would do was to schedule in-services where the full team would be facilitated through a learning session that was led by someone in the organization, no matter what level they were at, entry level, administrative, manager, new manager, everyone would have their turn to share their expertise and facilitate a learning session for the whole entire organization, including the C-suite. I remember when it was my turn to lead a session, and I was new, I was early in my career, and I was very nervous about this. But in retrospect, I remember and recall how much that was a commitment to actually developing my own leadership. Those were foundational years for me to develop and learn and lead. And I could only do that when given that opportunity to practice, to lead with others and gain that experience at that entry-level role, and in doing so with leadership. And so I really think that is an opportunity to really develop and bring in the leadership of others at any stage of their careers. Relatedly to that, I think this is an opportunity for creating a culture and an environment of diversity, equity, and inclusion, where that is really celebrated when you're developing the leaders of all in the environment, really kind of creating inclusive spaces that harness the leadership of many and really invest the resources and expertise and support for those that are developing into their own leadership and really thinking about, how they can contribute to the organization, no matter where their background is, or no matter what their perspectives are. I imagine, if you say to someone, hey, your leadership matters, your contributions here matter, your perspectives matter, and we want to support you in doing that and in developing those areas. That is such a valuable experience for someone that is new in their career and developing as a leader. And I bet, quite an investment for your organization to really, bring those that have access to those opportunities into the forefront, into the conversation. So I think it's an essential aspect of building healthy organizations when we can invest in the leadership development of the many folks that exist and contribute to our spaces. So ultimately, I think leadership development helps to improve overall performance of organizations, improve overall effectiveness of leaders, prepare for the future and prepare leaders for the future, and also promote diversity and inclusion to create this space of continuous learning, continuous contribution, and continuous development in this work. So that's it for today's video. If you like this topic, please do hit like and subscribe. And if there's something that you want me to tackle in our next conversation, please do add it to the comments and we'll do that next time. So thank you so much.